Number 10. The black-footed ferret was native to the Great Plains of North America and ranged from southern Canada to northern Mexico. However, the population of the black-footed ferret sharply declined throughout the 20th century and was declared extinct in 1979. A few years later, in 1981, the black-footed ferret was rediscovered by a dog in Wyoming. That remaining population only survived until 1987 and the black-footed ferret was extinct in the wild again. Since then, a captive breeding program was launched by the United States Fish and Wildlife Service and thousands of black-footed ferrets were re-released in Arizona, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Montana throughout the last few decades. As a result, there are a population between 300 to 400 individuals. Number 9. The Addax or white antelope is on the verge of extinction in its wild habitat of the Sahara Desert, with the size of the wild population ranging from 30 to 90 mature individuals. However, there are a number of successful breeding programs around the world, and while you most likely won't catch a glimpse of an Addax in the wild, you might just see one of the thousands in captivity at your local zoo. In the past, the Addax was common in North Africa, native to Chad, Mauritania, Niger, Algeria, Egypt, Libya, Sudan, and the Western Sahara. Wild Addax populations have been in severe decline due to unregulated hunting. In recent years, with the success of breeding programs, Addax have been reintroduced to Morocco and Tunisia on wildlife preserves. Number 8. The northern bald ibis is one of the rarest birds in the world, with less than 250 mature individuals remaining in the wild. For several decades, the northern bald ibis was considered critically endangered, but successful conservation efforts over recent years has helped downgrade the species status to endangered. There are over 1,000 northern bald ibises in captivity. Today, most of the wild population of northern bald ibises live in Morocco with a few possibly left alive in Syria. The northern bald ibis has been regionally extinct in Europe for over 500 years, but reintroduction programs are currently underway. Number 7. The Cross River gorilla is unfortunately the most endangered great ape in the world. Unfortunately, the Cross River gorilla, which was first noted in 1907, was largely ignored until it was too late in 1987 and its population numbers were already low. Today, it is estimated that there are less than 250 Cross River gorillas in the wild and only one known to be in captivity. The biggest threat to the survival of the Cross River gorilla is habitat loss due to human activities. Also, the Cross River gorilla is threatened by bushmeat hunting by locals. Due to the hunting, Cross River gorillas are very fearful of humans and are very rarely observed. Number 6. The Saola has been known as mysterious as there is no real data on the elusive animal's current population. Because the Saola has only been seen in the wild a handful of times since its remains were first discovered in 1992, population estimates wildly vary from as little as 25 individuals to as many as 750. However, researchers believe that the Saola population is much lower, and most likely less than 250. Researchers have tried to keep Saolas in captivity a few times, but each of these captive Saolas eventually died. This has led conservationists to believe that Saolas cannot survive captivity and thus a breeding program cannot be established. Number 5. Amur leopard is the one of the rarest and most endangered big cat species. It was first found in 1930 in Siberia. Amur leopards mostly reside in the Amur River basin of eastern Russia, with a few scattered in the northern part of China. It is estimated that there are less than 100 individuals, about 84 to be more exact, left in the wild. Amur leopards have relatively long lifespans, living for about 10 to 15 years in the wild and 20 plus years in captivity. Unfortunately, like all the animals on this list, the Amur leopard population faces many threats, including habitat destruction, illegal poaching, conflicts with humans, and a lack of genetic variation. Since there are so few Amur leopards left, there is a lot of inbreeding, which results in weaker offspring. Number 4. The Philippine crocodile is considered to be the most threatened crocodile species in the world, with fewer than 100 left in the wild and very few in captivity. In the past, the Philippine crocodile was found across the island nation, but currently only found in small, fragmented habitats on the islands of Dalupiri, Luzon, and Mindanao. The Philippine crocodile population has been severely impacted by hunting and habitat destruction. Also, the Philippine crocodiles have been killed by the local populace, as they labeled them as man-killer. However, this negative perception has been changed by conservationists and released Philippine crocodiles into protected habitat sites. Number 3. The Sumatran rhino is recognizable by its hairy appearance, is the rarest of the 5 remaining species of rhinoceros. It was first discovered in the west coast of Sumatra, in 1793. Scientists estimate that there are fewer than 100 Sumatran rhinos in the wild, with some saying there could be as little as 30 wild Sumatran rhinos left. It is believed that they have been a vulnerable species for the past 9,000 years, when a climate shift took place in their natural habitat. Since then, Sumatran rhinos have failed to bounce back and face even more threats today. While there has been some success with breeding Sumatran rhinos in captivity, in general, they have a hard time surviving outside of their natural ecosystem. Currently, there are still a few captive Sumatran rhinos. Number 2. The South China tiger is unfortunately the most threatened and vulnerable tiger species in the world. It was first discovered in 19th century. Scientists have declared that the South China tiger is functionally extinct in the wild and has not been seen outside of captivity in more than 25 years. While there are no wild South China tigers left, thankfully there are about 100 or so in captivity as part of breeding programs in China. In 2007, the first South China tiger was born outside of China at the private reserve known as Lowu Valley Reserve in South Africa. More tigers have been born at Lowu Valley since then. Number 1. The vaquito is currently the rarest animal in the world. It was first discovered in 1958, since then its numbers have always been low. Vaquitas are the smallest species of porpoise and easily get caught in gill nets used by illegal fishing operations. Also, vaquitas have such a small population because they are only found in the northern part of the Gulf of California. According to the IUCN 2019, it was estimated that there are only 10 vaquitas remained alive in 2018. However, the Gulf Acoustic Monitoring Program shows that there is a 95% chance to have between 6 and 22. Unfortunately, there are no vaquita in captivity and there is currently no successful breeding program to help bring their numbers back up.